I was gonna touch on your little. Is it like series? I guess the Gib Gab.
Oh yeah.
Thing you do. Do you want to just explain to people at home like what is?
Yeah. So I started. It was at the end of my PhD, where openness and sharing and all this, and because of over the years and the kind of things I've done, I have a very specific knowledge set, like in sort of musical instruments, code, software, hardware. Like it's a weird blend of things that I would have loved to have met someone like me when I was coming up. It was like exactly because I had a question about like a controller. Excuse me, that ginger beer is
gaseous,
bubbly. Yeah. About controllers that had gone one specific form, and you ask a question there, and it's like, oh, but it's not that. It's in the code. Okay, so there's another separate, and it's these sort of disparate communities that were all very helpful, but the answer was often somewhere between.
Yeah.
So I happened to have a bunch of that knowledge. So I was like, okay, so let me kind of make myself available to people who kind of have questions like that, because it'd be super helpful for me. So I just put a thing on my webpage, and I just told people at first, just word of mouth. I was just like, if anybody wants like lessons, mentoring, chatting, whatever, just send me an email, do it for free. And I've been doing that. So this is now, I think, the 6th year, maybe 7th year. It's been going on for a while.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Where I've done that, and they vary. Sometimes it's busier, sometimes it's slower. On average, maybe it's like one a month or something like that. Often strangers,
Yeah.
will just get in touch, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I'm found your thing, and I'm trying to do this thing, and I kind of have some questions," and I chat with them and help them out.
That's cool, man. I guess you obviously, like, from explaining things, you learn things from
For
them
sure,
as
yeah.
well.
I mean, I definitely get stuff from it, but I think for me, it's part of that. Like, creativity is just a big force, and that I think it's important that art exists in the world, even if I'm not the one specifically making it. And if I can help there be more art, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
So there's that thing which I've been doing ongoing, and then over the last, I think we started this year actually, and the first one was in January, a video series that's a branch off it called Particle Castle Bubble Party.
I saw some of that on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's a good name. Where'd you come up with that?
Yeah, I was going to ask where you're going to get that name from.
My partner, she's quite good at naming things. So we were going back. It was hard because I didn't want to just call them Gib Gab Live or whatever. It was
Yeah.
and I think it was a name that she had come up with for something else, and it never took for that one. And it was we were unsure, but the idea was, okay, the Gib Gabs are great, but like they'll help you. Like we had a good chat and it was super useful, but that might be actually maybe some stuff you're going to ask, like you're interested in too. So like just film it nice, edit it in, put all the stuff in like you can do here. And then that might be useful to other people in other places at other times. So it took like the gesture of openness and sharingness that we can share now.
Yeah.
And then made it so like other people can access it whenever. And they're quite broad and sweeping, and they're essentially what a Gib Gab is. She ends up editing down a little bit because there's usually a little bit of talk at the beginning, like, oh, how's it going?
Yeah.
At the end, like, oh, cool, that was great. So like all that stuff gets kind of cut out and shrunk a little bit, but not much. But it's essentially a Gib Gab, but just in video form.
Cool. I was gonna actually ask, but is it Angela?
Yeah.
You guys really, because I watched. Hang on.
Oh,
Got
yeah,
my
yeah.
note.
Oh,
Yeah.
The history of visual art.
that's a great
I watched
video.
that video and I really, really enjoyed it, man. But your guys' relationship seems so, well, it's really special, and like, how long have you two been like creating things together for?
Yeah, I mean, we've been married now, actually, I don't know. Hold on, 2006? 15 years.
Yeah. Wow.
I think that's one of the, I don't know what year the items start. Does anyone know?
Oh, like whether you get like
Wood.
paper or something like that.
Yeah.
I have no idea. For 15.
Well, whatever, but it's 15 years, so it's been a bit. And we were together for a bit before that. I knew each other for even longer before that. But she's a visual artist, and I'd always known her as a visual artist. At the time I was in Miami, and I wanted to have a band that had a visual artist in it as part of the band, and not as like someone who just did things at live shows, like we'd rehearse, So I knew her, and she was a friend, and I was like, "Are you interested in doing this?" And she was, and we rehearsed. We got in there. It was a trio, so it was her, Angela Guyton, friend of mine from Miami, Gilbert Kong on guitar, and me on drums and stuff. And we wrote. At the time, they were still kind of songs. They were closer to experimental rock songs. And then she did these visual things along with it. and we just kind of did that for like some years. And then eventually that branched over and we moved into here and did other things with painting, and then got a video camera, and it sort of spiraled from there. But a lot of what I do tends to be like de facto collaborative with her.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch up on new episodes every week. Also, check us out on our Facebook and Instagram at RecRooms, where you can find out about our other exciting music series. We also have this and all our other episodes of the podcast up on our RecRooms YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. See you next time.